Well, you know, it kind of came out of left field for me. There had been a rumor going around that they were going to be bringing Lois Lane into Smallville, and so I went into audition. I didn't really want to. Not because I didn't want to do Lois, but I was not very enamored with the industry at that point. I'd had a couple of things happen that I wasn't really pleased with, and so my husband said, get in there and do it. And I said, yes, honey. And I'm very, very opposite to Lois in real life. And so I went in and I didn't expect anything, and then they called and said, okay, you're going to go down and you're going to get a read for Lois, and it was just originally the 4 episodes that it started with, and then it's blossomed into this wonderful roller coaster ride, and I was okay with it for a while because at the beginning, because it went so quickly. Like I got the part on Friday and I worked on Monday, so I didn't have time to really think about how frightening it could be. And I remember I was getting ready to do a shot with Clark, and I was stepping back into the elevator, and I looked at the slate and it said Lois Lane, and I went, I was turning around looking for other people, and that's when it kind of hit me, okay, I've really got to pull up my socks here and give it my all. So, yeah, that's what happened.
So has your husband regretted his advice, seeing as how your character seems to make out with a super hunk every week?
Have you taken a look at it?
I've taken out the real hunk at night. You know, of course, you see it on TV, and everybody, and especially in that show lately, in the last season, they've been teasing me a lot. She just seemed to make her way around a little bit. It's not really my choice, but I'm the actor, so I'm kind of down on the totem pole when it comes to those choices. But it's always such a technical experience, and it's always a bit incestuous because we're so close and we're like family, and so it's like. I mean, you don't want to say that because I know a lot of people really like these gals, but I'm a bit like, ew. What can I do? I know, I'll pretend to be somebody else. No, I always loved it growing up, and I grew up doing musical theater and traveling around to all the festivals and competing and that sort of thing. And so I really felt that I enjoyed that part of it, and I ended up out in Vancouver, Canada, because I grew up in Canada, from Canada, and it just seemed like a smaller Hollywood. And I was a little tentative to go right down to LA. It's just such a big scene to get into, and then it just kind of came from there. A lot of the stuff is in the new stages right now, but I am working on a couple of different films. I mean, some have had a shelf life for a long time, and they just kind of sat there like ecstasy. They keep saying it's going to happen, and I'm just kind of hanging on with that one for a bit. And then there's just a couple of other films. I don't want to say the films yet because I feel that it's not going to win. But definitely looking to other projects and trying to stretch myself and find a different way of, different character to play, and something that's going to challenge me. So I'm definitely looking at.
Well, I don't want to take up the whole time, but I'm here for
See which one was my favorite. What I think generally love about her is she's so out there, and she's crazy, and she's always finding herself in a bit of trouble. And so I always think it's a bit of a treat to read the script and see what else that I'm doing that's new. Something I really like about this year particularly is that she is actually investigating stories more, and she's got a bit of a through line that she's actually, you know, episode by episode starting to chase down Lex and Lionel, and I'm getting some more scenes with those guys, and they're just so great to work with. I loved combat. Had a lot of fun in that one. I remember when we were preparing for it, I was originally going to have the big fight, and then of course they give it to Tom. Like, what's that about? Huge fight, and I was going to get him go on wires and flip upside down, and so I was practicing for all that kind of stuff. But it still ended up being a lot of fun, and so anything where I'm doing something really physical and fighting with people, I enjoy that side of it. And I liked a lot, actually, I think it was this year, I forget, it was Siren, and it was the one where I broke up with Green Arrow, and then I had the moment with Clark where she gets to show some actual vulnerability, you know, where she kind of says enough's enough, you know, I'm hurting, but, you know, enough, don't even, let's not go there. And so I really enjoyed that a lot.